Welcome back, class, to part 3 of my Kickstarter for Authors crash course. I am Kayla Ann, author of Well of Dreams, and I am here to help you to run a successful Kickstarter. For today, we're going to be talking basically just about the Kickstarter site and familiarizing ourselves with what a Kickstarter campaign looks like so that you are prepared for the next video where we start putting together our reward tiers. So let's take a look. Just to clarify, depending on what you are using to look at Kickstarter, if it's your phone or your iPad or your computer, it is going to look different on every single different device. So your images might not look like my images, but they are going to be the same things, maybe just located somewhat differently on your screen. But let's go ahead and begin. Again, this is just the most basic elements. So this is my campaign page. 3 of the most important items of my campaign page are right up top, and that's my title, my campaign banner, and my subtitle. Here's why these 3 things are so important. First off, when you are trying to do a pre-launch page, those are the only 3 things that someone is going to see. For instance, this is my pre-launch page for my next book, Tree of Ash, which I'm probably going to launch sometime in July. I will have had this launch page up for several months, but this is the only information that my potential backers are going to see. So I need to make sure that I have a strong title, an interesting subtitle, and an eye-catching image. Particularly because that banner is going to be the only thing that people might see as they are scrolling through the different campaigns that are currently running. As you can see, you want your campaign image to stand out. You want it to be something that is going to catch someone's eye. So again, first 3 things: campaign title, campaign banner, and campaign subtitle. Then if you go to the main page of your campaign, this is referred to as your campaign story. And you can see that word story right in the middle of my screen there. The campaign story is the main page that you're going to go to when a campaign is live. And I encourage you to go check out some that are happening right now, again, so that you can get more familiar with the system. On a computer, on the right-hand side, you'll be able to see the reward tier column, but you can't see that on my screen. So I'm actually going to have to click that separate tab, which shows me all of the reward tiers. So campaigns are primarily split up into these 2 sections. You have the reward tiers, what can backers pledge to, and you have your campaign, which basically tries to compel them, why should they pledge at all? The story of your campaign has several static elements. For instance, you are going to want to use, you can see at the top there, these aesthetic header banners that are basically going to be used to break up the different sections of your writing with a beautiful graphic. The idea there is you don't just want block after block of writing, because immediately your backers are just gonna be like, nope, that is too much, and they're gonna move on to the next campaign. So my campaign, as you can see, starts with an aesthetic header. Then it has a hook. After that, I have a trope graphic, and then another aesthetic banner where I have the blurb of my book. I'm breaking up my sections with these aesthetic headers, and I am also breaking it up with graphics. It is really important that you have graphics throughout your entire campaign story. Again, so there's not just a wall of text, but there's something interesting to look at, and it helps your readers to understand, or your potential readers to understand, the different sections of your campaign. Now you can see here that we're actually starting to look at the different reward tiers. While you absolutely can leave your reward tiers out of your campaign story, I don't recommend doing that, because, as I said, depending on the medium that your backer is using, they might not be able to see that side column of reward tiers. And so instead, they might have to go to that separate tab. Now on my iPad, these are actually nice and big, so these are still easily seen. But on my phone, these boxes are really tiny, and I can't see the images as well. I can't see what I am potentially pledging to. So for me, I've always included, I've done this once, and I'm going to do it again. I did include, and I plan on including, my tiers in the story of my campaign as well, so that they are better visible to my potential backers. So again, your campaign needs the campaign title, the campaign banner, the campaign subtitle. The main page of your campaign is referred to as the story page, which typically has the hook, about the book, what is your unique element, what is your unique focus. Remember, mine was those interior colored illustrations, the reward tiers, some stretch goals, which is going to be its entire own video, add-ons, meeting the team, basically introducing yourself, getting credit to the people who helped bring your book or your product to life, and then this last section, risks and challenges, which is actually required by Kickstarter. Okay, I know that that was a lot of information, but don't freak out. Remember, I'm going to break down every single thing into bite-sized pieces over the course of the next 20 or honestly probably 30 videos or so. There's just a lot of information. And there's another way that you can get this information too. Right now, I'm currently working on revising my Kickstarter starter kit workbook, which is going to have all of the information from the videos, but honestly, even more information and downloadable templates, PDFs, Google Sheets, the works. I used it last time in my previous campaign as a stretch goal, where if we reached a certain amount of money, anyone who pledged any amount got this ebook along with their reward tier. And I'm going to do that again in July with my upcoming campaign. But you can also get it from me outside of my campaign by signing up for the pre-order link, which I'll post somewhere on my stories or in the caption or something along those lines. So class, here's your homework. Go on Kickstarter, start looking through these different campaigns, start understanding the way that stories are created, start looking at the reward tiers and see what other people are doing and what you might also want to do. That way, when you come back for the next video and we start setting up our reward tiers, you have a general idea of what you are looking to accomplish with your campaign. As always, like, share, save, and if you have any comments, just leave them in the comment section below.